Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, blue slimes and red slimes, runners of all ages. Welcome to a Week 3 matchup here in the Dragonware Randomizer Winter League between OldVampireLady, Opty, and Xarnax42. My name is Bob Pineapple MD. I'm joined here in the booth this evening by Hoodie Two Shoes. Hoodie, how you doing this evening?
I am doing wonderful. I am very excited to spectate some random chess location stair shuffle shenanigans.
Absolutely. Always a pleasure to spectate those. We have here in this group, all three of our runners have 4 points. OldVampireLady and Opty via a second place finish and fourth place finish, and Xarnax here via 2 third place finishes. This race has major implications for getting positioned to kind of continue on possibly into the bracket stages. A win here is huge.
Yeah, it really feels like this positional round has a little extra added oomph to it in terms of the stakes, just with everybody being paired with the same point totals and somebody from that total being guaranteed a 5-point win.
Absolutely, and we're going to be off and running here. So we're going to check these first three. Of course, we have magic keys on this week for sure, so that back chest is going to be a key. But we're going to start with Erdrick's Token, a dragon scale, and a key.
And that's real nice. We do have hard treasure guards on. It's not tri-stated this week, so the important items should have a treasure guard, but if you get one in the treasury here, you get it for free, so free token.
Yep, absolutely. Oh, and we have a swamp start. And a cave immediately, and we're in mountain.
Be interesting to see if anybody goes for any early knowledge of mountain. Generally, you see people kind of save caves until a little bit later in this flag set.
Well, blue dragons and werewolves seem to indicate that we're going to be saving that cave at least for a little while.
And as far as our XP totals and combat, things feel pretty standard in this week. We let the stair shuffle and the chests provide the randomness, but you got your regular fast XP levels, and the enemies are your standard randomized enemies.
Xarnax trying to take down that metal scorpion. Got a crit on it, but was not enough.
Learning that magicians have DL2 breath, so that makes them not a very viable candidate for killing.
Yep, no experience between our three runners just yet. And that second cave is the Harp Turn-In, conveniently located right near home.
And OldVampireLady coming across a treasure guard there in the treasury in the form of a werewolf and getting sent back to the king. I didn't see where she was able to pick up a key.
All three of our runners have it. They had return at the start. They had return at the start, so OldVampireLady does a quick reset to gain the key back.
So far, I'm not sure if anybody has any XP at this point. I think all three of our... Oh, no, we've got 3 XP on Xarnax.
We've got 2 treasure guards in the treasury, so that's a big deal.
And they already got the token, so that could either be the completion of the homework or one of those items and one of sword or armor, or both sword and armor. All pretty good options. So I think that our runners are using the some alternate builds here, and you can start with less MP than you would normally start with, and you can end up in a situation where you only have 6 MP and a spell like Heal More, and you're unable to cast it.
Yeah, and in this particular flag set, you see those MP agility builds often.
Yeah, it looks like we've got a Strength HP on OldVampireLady, Strength Agility on Opty, and HP MP on Xarnax.
Yep, so everybody playing something different, which is fun for us.
Yeah, and it's really it's fun to talk about, but it's much more interesting to get it to see it play out and notice if there's any differences that might be key factors in the race. So far, we haven't seen too many races, so I don't think the build differences have ended up mattering too much. But it'll always be interesting to see if they come into play.
Not much, and sometimes it doesn't matter at all. As an example, in my race yesterday, I ran MP agility solely because lowercase bob gives you that loadout, and MP was still almost impossible to come by, so it didn't end up really mattering in the end. But for that couple of times where it could pay big dividends.
Yeah, like most other weeks, lots of variance between the races in terms of how the seeds roll, and you could have something like a crazy Charlock with multiple different dungeon exits and entrances to terrible floors, or you could have a one stairway Charlock and a mega dungeon on the outside, required items in dungeons, not in dungeons. It's just a lot of different things that could go on here.
Yep, well, given that we have the token already, we know there's 2 treasure guards. Our runners have to be hoping that diving into the cave system is not going to be required, or at least not far into it.
Yeah, and at this point, it would have to be a pretty unlucky circumstance for there to be something deep down in there, considering they've got the token and they know where 2 other potential items are. 50-50 shot that each one is a story item.
Yep, and it would be really interesting if none of our 3 search bots were active.
But this does put a premium on the towns, like you're saying, just to make sure that those search spots may or may not be active, because there's only going to be a couple more things out there in the world that are going to be a treasure guard. So wouldn't be surprised to see runners maybe just running over treasure chests and not even checking the contents.
Absolutely. So the starting 4 strength on level 1 is really giving Opty and OldVampireLady fits here. Xarnax, lucky enough to be able to get to level 2 and have some decent attack power for the enemy set, but slow going in the early game here.
And since Xarnax started with the HP MP build, I think he might have started with 6 strength, which made him a little bit more able to take down those Drakies, which is how we got to level 2. So just a little bit of a difference already in the stat build.
And then Schmike pointing out in chat that OldVampireLady sacrificed the key to grab a torch out of the treasury, presumably to hurl at something that will gain that level 2.
Yeah, and with 3 MP or 3 XP, we really just need a Drakey to get the level. So definitely a torchable enemy there.
Xarnax seems to have settled into a grind over on those desert tiles immediately to the east.
And you can tell that combat is a little bit more standard in this one, seeing that our XP leader has 18 XP at the moment.
And Xarnax is going to hit level 3 now. That's going to be 2 power, 0 agility, 1 hit point.
Boy, looks like we might be in jail here for a little while. See if and when they can break out of this prison. Seen that the magician has the big breath, so that's not a very viable enemy, and not really sure what else we can take out. Might be some real nickel and diming here.
Yeah, and unfortunately we've hit a point where red slimes start to run from us, so it's going to be a matter of keeping the enemies we can take care of in front of us.
with the under 20 strength would be a grand time to run into everybody's favorite metal slime friend, but not a very likely scenario. So probably just gonna have to grin and bear fighting some low value enemies that might run away.
Well, given our interesting start here, going to throw this question to chat. Let's play a little guessing game. Combined deaths for all three of our runners. Closest one wins bragging rights. Nothing else.
I would put the over under at 60. That's where I'm thinking.
Currently, our experience leader, Xarnax, with a commanding 20 experience points.
And looks really a whole lot like all you're going to be able to fight is red slimes and maybe the odd Drakey. Haven't really seen anything else that has looked like a viable win right now.
Well, Opty has stumbled into Cantlin. Is level 2 and found Cantlin. Gonna sell a couple of things. Probably try and buy my guess is probably try and buy a couple of torches just to start being able to kill some stuff. Yep, we're gonna get probably 2 torch purchases here.
Could make a save and try to get a metal scorpion kill play with the 2 torches. That at this point is not a crazy idea.
Nope, given how slowly the beginning is going here. Immediately killed by a blue dragon stepping outside, but bought what he came to buy.
But yeah, at this point, the 30 some odd XP from the metal scorpion is looking like a veritable smorgasbord.
He's gonna hurl at the magician, but unfortunately...
Yeah, she's finding out the bad news about the Dragon Lord breath.
Yeah, and did not save beforehand, so just has the 1 torch remaining.
And also saw, I think that was a 50% heal more on the magician, so definitely a formidable foe at this low level. Could kill some red slimes to get some more torch money, though. Definitely within the realm of possibility. Be interested to see if any of the runners feel desperate enough to maybe see how long they can last inside one of the cave paths, to see if they might be able to find a gold chest or something.
Absolutely. We're at 28 combined deaths for those keeping track. Xarnax continuing to grind it out in that spot just to the east and is closing in on level 4.
Opty going for the optimistic, maybe trying to crit a Magidrakey to learn that it has weak breath, and was thoroughly dispatched.
Yeah, not a lot of these early game enemies cooperating in terms of the abilities they possess.
Really is looking like one of those frustrating situations where the best thing is the thing that feels the worst, which is nickel and diming your way to another level.
Yep, 1 Drakey kill would do it for Xarnax.
Gonna get the red slime instead, but that puts him into a situation where any enemy is gonna be enough.
At 34 XP, yep, literally any kill will take Xarnax to 4, and really hoping for a breakout level there. Opty electing to kind of grind in the Draki area and is close to level 3.
I'm gonna reload. I'm having some trouble with the stream. Oh, here we go. I'm back. Oh, and there's a knight. Interesting to see. Definitely not a friend at this point.
No, for sure.
Let's see. Our XP leader is just about 2 XP a minute at this point. Maybe, you know, exceeding that a little bit.
Well, we are on pace currently to blow almost everyone's death predictions out of the water here.
And such a stark contrast to the token in the opening throne room and 2 treasure guards in the treasury, but how are you ever going to get to kill those treasure guards at this point?
Yep, never trust a seed that is generous early.
And looking here, like level 3 was not what our prayers were hoping for in terms of breaking out of jail, and probably going to have to nickel and dime some more here.
Yep, Xarnax still just 1 XP away.
Oh, I assumed that he'd gotten it while I was frozen a little bit. I did not see that.
Nope, he's just trying to find one viable enemy to take down here.
Just needs one little slime friend, that's it. One little bouncy boy.
Yep, but getting nothing but skeletons. Oh, and Magic Wyvern. That's going to send him back.
Oh boy. Well, buckle up, folks. We're in for one tonight.
We are at 52 combined deaths. 52.
And this is why I do not work as a Vegas odds maker. My over/under mark of 60 was definitely not a metrics approved number.
Xarnax just trying desperately to run into a red slime and just not happening.
Seemed to have a pretty good run of them earlier, but definitely not having that experience at this point.
I'd be tempted to run down to the Draki zone and maybe try and get one of those to pop up.
And there you go.
There it is.
Relief.
Is it a breakout? Let's find out. We're going to have 4 power, 5 speed, 2 hit points, 8 magic, heal, and outside. Well, it's not a breakout. You do like the heal spell.
We've got 19 attack power. That's 4 more than 15. And Xarnax sees the top floor tablet and says, "No thanks."
Yep, if tablet becomes necessary, at least it's right next to Tantegel.
With no encounters in there, it could have been worth it just to check that top chest to see if, maybe get a fairy water or some gold or something like that, but understandable not to check.
Well, at this attack power, the Magidraki becomes viable, but of course the Magidraki has fire breath. It's baby breath, but you do run a risk there. But he does take it down, so gets that 12 experience.
And at this point, upgrading to Druin feels about as good as fighting a Druin ever feels.
Yep, often one of the worst things you can fight from an efficiency standpoint now becomes gold, basically.
And as the levels increase without giving us too much of a distinct advantage against the enemies, it's going to take even longer and longer to get to those numbers. So 20 XP looking pretty achievable, though, at this point.
Yeah, certainly gotten easier.
And that might have been the first of the breath that Xarnax has seen, so might have a little bit of a different calculation for Magidrakes in his mind now.
Xarnax gonna jump into Mountain Cave here.
And the instant werewolf block survives the hit and gets away.
With 1 HP to spare.
If there's something useful in here, that's going to be a big turning point. But the blue dragon's just going to say no. Well, it's not even a 50-point experience lead, but that feels pretty monumental at this point in the circumstances of this one.
Yeah, from a relative standpoint, we're talking minutes here.
And even with the alternate run algorithm, still going to be a tough one to get out on, it looks like. Really wants them to suffer and stay in this home area and earn it, it feels like. And yeah, it seems like Xarnax hasn't found Cantlin, so doesn't have the knowledge that there's a town nearby that might be able to ease some suffering with a little bit of gold.
Combined deaths now at 66. Imagine if we had a 4th runner.
We would be thinking about a lot of deaths. Trying to take on a skeleton here. We'll see if... Oh, with an excellent
crit.
move. Oh.
The crit will help. Needs to heal here. Just get this down, and we're going to see level... Oh, no! With the baby breath.
That's devastating. That's devastating.
I mean, level 5 just slipped through his fingers there. That's awful. You hate to see it.
You really, really do. Not much you can do about that. You know, you get that crit, you gotta try for it.
Well, the unfortunate thing about that magician is that he tried to run, was blocked, but it just attacked. So then he attacked and it breathed fire. If he'd attacked twice, pretty good odds he'd have taken it down.
This is just a bully of a start here. In terms of the enemies that are available, and Xarnax's current kit, is the Druid just by far the best option? Is there a best option? What do you do here?
Oh, Xarnax fails to take down the magician, doesn't do quite enough damage, and it heal mores.
We saw the heal more because we saw the tooltip box, but I'm not sure if any of the runners have encountered the heal more until now on the magician, so that feels real bad.
Xarnax going to take on the Magidraki anyway, but then sees the breath again. That's the second time Xarnax has seen the breath. May have forgotten he saw it the first time.
Yeah, and didn't feel confident that only needed one more swing to take it down, so... And there's the sleep, the 25% sleep.
Meanwhile, while we're having a little bit of an issue with Xarnax stream there, hopefully be back up shortly. Our other two runners, Lady at level 3 and Opty at 4, so has caught up a bit to Xarnax in that respect.
I would be very interested to see a culmination of all the end game screens and see which enemy got the most kills on the seed overall. Because there's a couple in contention. Might be the magician, but it's hard to know right now who's got the most kills across the seed.
Opty still needs 47 experience to get to level 5.
You got to think it's always very exciting when you run across a red slime or a Drakey. Just never been happier to see them.
And topped with our new sweet chili sauce.
Would be interested to see if one of our racers decides to check out that top floor of Tablet just to see if there's anything that could be helpful. Fighter's Ring, a fairy water, some gold, something along those lines.
Yeah, this is at a point where I would definitely check. You know the top floor is going to be monsterless, and there's one chest spawn possible location there. You can then peek into the floor below, and maybe you luck out. Maybe you run right into something, but the beginning experience gaining is so slow. Well, Xarnax is back, and level 5 along with it. So that happened at some point, and it wasn't too shabby.
Looks like a 7 strength increase, which is very relevant among some other modest increases as well.
Yeah, that's going to make some of these fights, like with skeletons, a lot more viable.
And yeah, importantly, enough HP now to heal up to the point where you're pretty comfortable not dying from a baby breath. So definitely skeletons on the menu at this point.
You'll take that 25 experience, absolutely. I mean, essentially, in that one kill, got 25% of the experience he'd gained through the first 26 minutes of this seed.
And almost as much as the other two are currently, or at least almost as much as OVL is sitting on right now. It's a huge XP increase at this point in this seed. And might see Xarnax sit on this two-tile desert here with the skeletons and the Magidrakes now that can comfortably withstand the weak breath.
Now, Druins have hurt. I don't know if we saw that before, but with the current HP and MP totals, that's not too bad.
And if you wanted to, they do have stop spell as well if they really needed to, but might be willing just to tank the hurt.
Yeah, and right now a death is not terribly costly. You're certainly not saving up gold for anything at the moment.
And Opty might be the only one who has knowledge of Cantlin at all. I'm not sure if I've seen either of the other racers inside Cantlin.
Yeah, I do not believe either other racer has even spotted Cantlin, let alone gone inside it.
And picking up some torches, definitely going to be a helpful aid in breaking out of the jail they're in.
Level 6, we have 5 power, 2 speed, 24 hit points, 28 magic. So we're getting the HP and MP stats now, and a slow, steady gain in strength. Skeletons are way more viable now.
Yeah, the seed is definitely opening up here for Xarnax, and should, with a little bit more leveling up here, be pretty ready to go. Maybe branch out a little bit further and maybe find some more stuff.
Yep, we're not quite jailbroken, but we're sawing on the bars here. We're approaching 90 deaths combined.
think it's very safe to say we're going to hit the triple digits here.
Yep, unless, say, level 7 or level 8 just brings every stat imaginable.
Yeah, Hurt More would help a whole bunch here. Even Hurt would help a significant amount. I'm not sure if we've seen more than a screen away in any direction really at this point with the start that we've had, so I have knowledge of a couple of things, but not too much else. We've seen Mountain, Floor 1, we've seen Tablet 1, and we've seen at least one runner has seen Cantlin. Trying to think if there's anything else that we've seen.
All three of our runners sitting on 29 deaths apiece at the moment. A nice little meetup, little high five, little death high five for the three of our runners.
You love to see the synchronicity.
Yeah, Aaron pointing out that everyone's ignoring Tablet Cave. I agree. As I mentioned earlier, I really think at this point I would have taken the gamble on Tablet.
Well, it's not a huge time investment either. You can go check the top right and then walk back out, and that might cost you, 25, 30 seconds or something.
We are officially at 90 combined deaths now.
Yeah, it does seem like the deaths are slowing down here as everybody starts to slowly, like you said, saw their way through those bars. And Xarnax just loving this 2-square patch right now with the, oh, there's an Axe Knight, but the Druid, the Skeleton, and the Magidrake.
Yep, Xarnax's experience lead, from a pure numbers perspective, 200 experience is not typically a giant gap, but given how this seed has run, that represents probably about a solid 10 minutes.
Yeah, with the ability to get any XP at all, it's enormous. It's an outsized lead. It's very deceptive.
Well, OldVampireLady has now found Cantlin, the second of our runners to do so, exits immediately. Has only 1 gold, so,
And they've been sitting on a key, at least OldVampireLady and Opty, ever since the beginning, and just have never had enough gold at any point to even sniff trying to buy 2 keys.
Well, Xarnax turning his attention to a little bit of exploration, finds a Warlock, which is a great enemy right now.
Oh yeah, that could help a significant amount. It's on the plains tiles, but still a great enemy.
Ah, searches the spark over to validate the seed.
Real unfortunate that I guess there would have been a treasure guard, but it could have been the necklace or the flute. Unfortunate to not find anything there. But if you're new to this flag set, I wouldn't say that this is the expected outcome. Obviously, anything can happen in any of these seeds, but this is a little bit of an atypical start in terms of how firmly in jail our runners have been.
This Druid is going to give Xarnax level 7, and we'll see if maybe we finally bust the door open on this jail. We have 7 power, 0, 2, 2, and hurt more. There it is.
Oh, baby. It's a jailbreak.
So it's a race to hurt more, and Xarnax is the first to get it, and considering how far back our other 2 runners are, they need to kick up the afterburners fast, because the longer Xarnax has hurt more all by himself, the further and further ahead he's going to move.
And he's got a fair amount of MP and has seen things like knights and magic wyverns, and there's even a axe knight up in that area he was grinding, so definitely has the potential to skyrocket in terms of XP.
Yeah, Xarnax finds a metal slime after it kind of doesn't matter anymore.
And there's some gold inside the Stones of Sunlight cave. And there's those 2 treasure guards inside the treasury, too, that Hurtmore could very much help with.
Oh, Xarnax's first town is Garenham. He's going to head immediately to check out the equipment. A couple of things on offer here. He's going to buy that chainmail.
You can afford a hand axe as well, but opts not to get it.
Yeah, decides that I have Hurtmore. Don't need to worry about that right now.
And did keep the HP MP build, and so had 6 MP to start and couldn't use return. So I do believe that Xarnax was not able to hold on to the starting key like the other 2 runners were. And there is nearby the gold in the Stones of Sunlight cave, so might be thinking about just going back there and doing a slow grind to get broadsword money.
Yeah, it's very nearby. In this particular flag set, of course, keys are even more important than they usually are, because with random chest locations, a lot of towns end up having chests behind locked doors, and so having a full complement of keys at all times can be important in terms of your order of exploration.
Yeah, definitely nice to have a full complement of keys. So a bummer in comparison to the other 2 with their starting 8 MP as opposed to Xarnax's 6, so they could keep that key. That's potentially an inflection point that could give them an opportunity to regain some time.
Xarnax heads right back to the weapon shop. He's going to pick up that broadsword.
And adding another 20 attack power is certainly going to feel good against the things that you can't use Hurtmore against, or if you want to conserve your resources on something like a Warlock here. So very helpful.
Yep, and he's very shortly here going to have level 8. We're going to see that. That's going to be 1 power, 12 speed, 21 hit points, 2 magic.
And it's starting to come in fast and heavy now in terms of the stat numbers, so really hoping to get out on the map. I don't think that Xarnax knows, since he had to give up the key, that there are 2 treasure guards inside Tantagel, so probably thinks that exploration is a bit more advantageous. I mean, it still is advantageous, but doesn't have the knowledge that finding Romualdar and going back home right away would be very helpful.
So Opty goes ahead and spends the key and is going to buy 2 more.
It looks like we're going to get a potential basement check here, so we can see what's underneath.
Yep. Basement check incoming. There is a chest beyond the damage tile barriers. And it's Jerk Cave, so that is also conveniently located. We have Harp Turn In right outside the castle and Jerk in the basement.
And yeah, we'll see with a club and some extra levels if Opty's going to decide to go after those treasure guards. But going after the barrier tile guarded chest, potentially, nope. Pivoting to the other one first, and then might go check that barrier tile chest.
It's gold in that first one. Probably gonna go ahead and spin that on keys first. Nope, gonna walk across the barriers.
And that does confirm that there is a easily grindable gold chest in the home castle, should anybody want to set one up.
Oh, Xarnax finds Hawksness and is hoping that whatever is on that spike is Hurtmoreable. Got level 9 while we weren't looking, but a big HP gain.
And if there's something underneath the... Oh, and this is a Hurtmoreable enemy, and with the miss.
Oh, but with the miss. And Armored Knight has Stop Spell. That's good information. And he's going to take it down.
And if this is a quest item... Oh, there's
nothing. He's going to go ahead and take a Death Warp back, it looks like. Armor Knights also have Hurt More, so Hurt More and Stop Spell on the AK-47.
So having Erdrick's armor would definitely help in that fight, or a casual Stop Spell cast could make them an enemy you might be able to just swing down on without using too many resources. But Xarnax has a lot of MP, so it's a potential one for Hurt More and Grind Spike.
With over 100 HP now for Xarnax and over 70 MP, going into kind of full exploration mode here.
And he doesn't, I mean, everyone always wants to get keys when you don't have keys in this flag set, but up in the booth here, we know that finding keys will definitely be a huge advantage in this one. So the faster you can get out there and locate Rim, the better.
Opty was doing the slow gold grind there in Tantagal, trying to head to Cantlin now.
Yeah, I got about 900 some odd gold there. Maybe looking for a hand axe and a chainmail or something thereabout.
Yeah, anything to just grab some gear to gain some levels here, because again, the longer our other two runners go without hitting level 7 and therefore hurt more, the advantage is just snowballing for Xarnax.
And Xarnax does see a town up there and will be able to access it, and a cave. Two towns.
Well, here's one of our search spots with Cole. And there is a guard. So 2 treasure guards in the treasury. We have a guard here.
That means that we know where everything except one item. Oh, and taking the death to the wizard.
Yeah, unfortunately, wizard, one of those not hurt-morable enemies.
And the attack power definitely not looking, as much as it's grown and it's improved, it's still not looking like the strongest without a heal more to take down the wizard. Won't be very long, though, until that wizard gets what's coming.
Yep, Xarnax wants to head back up and at least check that other town. You're really hoping for Rimmelder.
Yeah, it seems like there could be nothing better to find, especially that we know that of the 4 items that are unaccounted for, 3 of them are, at least Xarnax knows where one of them, and the other 2 are just right at home.
And it's Breckenary, the only other thing it could have been. He's going to go ahead and check what's for sale in Breck. Nothing that he wants. So our only unaccounted for town is Rimmelder now, across our 3 runners. And it's Grave.
And Xarnax's gonna dip a little bit into Grave and check it out, see what's in there.
Looks for sleep, doesn't have it, but manages to run from the Stone Man anyway.
I think the most favorable outcome for our runners is if, of the 3 locations that we know there's items, if it's the armor and the other 2 story items, and not the sword, I think that provides the fastest possible end to the seed. I think the sword is less important than the armor in this circumstance.
None of the 3 usual chests at the top of Grave were in position. Xarnax does find one in one of our random locations.
Then there's 2 more possibilities on the bottom left of the map. And then we'll see if, I guess has no keys, so won't have the option to check the stairway here.
Old Vampire Lady buys a club. Again, anything just to get some attack power going.
4 attack power is like getting 2 fighters rings, so It feels pretty good. And Aaron throwing out the nightmare scenario for Xarnax in that the Swamp Cave is behind Garenhem, and that leads to Rim, and there's a loose key on the top floor of Tablet, but we're going to hope that that's not the situation for Xarnax's sake.
That would be absolutely devastating.
And I wasn't paying attention to the end of his dive there. Aaron says it looks like he might have neglected to check the location that the 2 chests could spawn in the bottom left of Grave 1 there.
Yeah, I don't believe he did. He's going to go ahead and buy the half plate here.
And 16 extra defense is always pretty good investment.
And he's going to hope that that's enough to help him take down this wizard. Nope, he thinks better of it.
Probably going to go stop
stay
at the end.
Yep, stay at the end first.
And we'll see if we can get what's underneath this wizard.
He's going to try hurt more. Odds of landing Hurtmore, of course, extremely low on wizards.
And now going for the runaway and lick your wounds strategy.
Oh, but blocked.
Oh, but survives on 2 HP to get away. Oh,
Did it?
That's legendary.
Now you stay at the end and you give it another crack.
Wonder if we're going back to the Hurtmore strats or if we might try the slow attritional approach. Nope, right back to Hurtmore. And are we 0 for 6 now? I'm not sure that I've been keeping up the count. It might be more than that. Lands the Hurtmore.
Silver Harp. So, that's another plot item, which means our 2 chests in the Treasury and Tangible just got a lot more interesting.
Guaranteed that at least one of them has an Erdrick's item. Potentially both of them could be, but at least one of them will be.
So Xarnax needs keys as soon as possible.
And has done a lot of exploration as it stands, and has seen a lot of the map, and just really needs to find Rim. Hard to know where it is.
He seems to be heading to Tablet. Yep, he's going into Tablet. He's going to check it now.
And we'll see if this is a key.
No chest.
So
Besides
unfortunately, that is not the viable. But if there were chests missed in the bottom of Grave, that could still be the same scenario, just a different location.
He elected not to check down the staircase to see where that led.
Taking care of the busy work of trading in the harp for the staff. Don't have to think about it later.
Yep, easy to forget if you get it early on in a seed, which I realize 47 minutes into a seed doesn't feel early, but for this one, everything's relative.
And Opty now at level 7 has access to the Hurtmore spell and breathes a huge sigh of relief. And OVL will be there hopefully sometime soon.
Now, this is a bit of a big deal. Xarnax has gone out to explore more of the map, of course, but Opty has keys, and Xarnax does not. And now with Opty having Hurtmore, oh no, Opty's out of keys, not anymore. Never mind.
Oh no.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Yeah, and was not counting. Opty assumed she had keys too, and doesn't. Well, there's Charlock. I don't recall seeing it before now.
And it's just right there, so maybe Rim is down here too.
Hilariously, it's just immediately south.
Oh, and back attacked by the Armored Knight, so we're going to have to wait to see what, if anything, might be down there.
Xarnax Pushing that exploration some more. Really wants Rim. Oh, stop spelled by the AK.
And looks like Opty is heading west now, and potentially might find that grave two-town area that Xarnax was in not too long ago.
And there, Xarnax is back in Hawksness, but I think thought it was Rim, but has already been there and knows that there's nothing on the spike.
Yeah, there is an armored knight there, but I don't think now is the time to think about trying to grind. I think now is the time just thinking about Rim.
That's going to be level 11 for Xarnax, which is going to get us 3 power, 2 speed, 7 hit points, no more MP. Power not super important in this flag set, of course, because 3's company flag is on, which means we're not going to be fighting the Dragon Lord. You can, but the circumstances in which you might do that are pretty slim.
Yeah, the power you're going to want is mostly just to safeguard against whatever the last spike tile is before getting to the Dragon Lord in case of a non-hurtmorable enemy.
So Opty has come across Cole now. And she's going to find that wizard and go, oh no! I don't want any part of this right now.
Yeah, employing the Hurtmore strats and not getting the 1 in 16 right off the bat.
Oh, and is going to get sent home. So Xarnax and Cantlin. I think this is Xarnax's first visit to Cantlin, actually.
And let's see if it continues south, because we know that south of there led to Charlock, and I'm not sure that anybody had seen that yet, but it goes a little bit west and then south. That dog is just trying to... Oh, that's got to be it right there, right?
That has to be Rim. And it is. Huge find for Xarnax.
If it was me, I would be sighing, doing a huge sigh of relief right now. Just feeling, I mean, bad that I didn't find it, but very relieved to have found it.
Yep, we are only missing now the location of Swamp Cave, and one of those has to be the back of Garanham.
And these keys are just so valuable at this point. I'd be very interested to see what our 2 treasure guards are guarding back in the castle. I have to imagine that'll be one of the first things that gets checked.
Rim does have its standard chest in its regular location, so Xarnax will check that first. Gets the 2-for-1 key deal.
Yep, you buy 1, or you buy 2, you get 1, and you lose the other 2.
Oh, and the chest that many people often forget about. Well, he got his second key back, so he doesn't have to go and buy them again. And is going to return to Tantegel immediately.
Quick detour into Mountain, but decides to go and check inside Tantegel.
Yeah, I don't think he actually meant to step in there. Doesn't know about the 2 treasure guards, but is going to find out. The Rogue Scorpion, of course, is a really tasty Hurtmore target. Goes down in 1 every time. So, this first chest has the stones. Which means a werewolf is guarding Erdrick something.
Makes a big difference here, whether it's the armor or the sword. Definitely hoping for the armor.
Yeah, you want the armor for sure. But it is the sword.
Well, alright then. The armor is still at large. Might be inside that cave complex somewhere. Could be inside Charlock.
Yep, and we have no idea how complex the cave system is at this point, and whether the cave complex is the more complex thing in this seed, or if Charlock itself is going to be the more complex one.
Yeah, nobody has been forced to dive deeply into it as of yet, so we'll have to wait and see if anybody ends up doing it. All 3 of the story items are available without the dive, so might not end up seeing anybody dive deep down in there.
So Xarnax going to go ahead and grab the rainbow drop just to complete the homework, and is in full exploration mode, I think, here.
Has 52 agility. If he's able to find the swamp cave and rescue the princess, with the HP and MP total what they are, you'd think it would be worth trying. Just going to scout out Charlock right now without the princess, so not a bad idea at all.
Yeah, I'm kind of with Aaron here, given how much MP is on the table. You don't have Heal More, which you don't like. I think I might wait for Heal More before trying to win this, but if he went to Garenham to go into Swamp to try and win this thing now, would not blame that call either.
And right, has detoured into Garenham and might be having the same thought that you were just having right now.
Just an herb in the inn in Garenham, but we're going to quickly see what's in the back.
And the other advantage of coming here to the Swamp Cave is we can check the spike tile and see if it's an Axe Knight or a Green Dragon or something easily hurt moreable that might be able to grind on to see if you can find that heal more.
Just one chest in the back of Garenham and empty. Probably an herb, maybe a key.
And there's 3 potential checks, one of them missing, but 2 more potential checks here in Swamp Cave where the armor could be located, so that would be a huge benefit as well.
At this point, he's not even checking chests, he's just seeing if there's a treasure guard, and there wasn't on that one. Blue Dragon on the spike, and without
not the
heal
most
more,
appealing grind.
Yeah, especially without heal more.
And with the 52 agility, kind of getting the business here, trying to run away. Is able to get away, though.
Gonna try it again. Gonna try and take it down via hurt more. Lands the first one.
Going for, and gets the crit strategy employed.
There you go. Closing in on level 12 as he does this.
Yeah, 3 XP away now, so if it's heal more, that is feeling very much like you're thinking about just going straight for the win.
Grabbing Gwaelin.
Might be considering the go straight for the win play regardless.
Outside gonna take him, to Garenham.
And Xarnax has no idea, about where the other racers are, so doesn't know that he has a lead. Could easily be feeling behind with the way that the seed has gone, especially with not being able to return with the keys at the beginning and knowing that there were 2 items in the treasury. Might think that being bold is the way to go on this seed, especially with the 5 points at stake that everyone would be really glad to get.
Now, an interesting question here also. No one has checked for coordinates in Cantlin. Possibility that the armor is there.
Yeah, at this point, it's very possible. So, armor would help tremendously. A lot of barrier tile.
Chat is telling me that Opty checked, and there are no cords. Thank you, chat.
Well, that does recomplicate the situation then.
Quite a bit. Yeah, Xarnax in Cantlin now, so he may check for that.
Not going to. Just gonna carry the princess on. Xarnax was able to check the Hawksness spike. There was nothing in Hawksness.
All right, we're going to get level 12 for Xarnax here. 2 power, 8 speed. So that 8 speed helps.
Yeah, up to 60 now. A bunch more HP, but still no heal more. So you got a lot of HP to be able to try to run several times, but you're going to be limited by your HP pool more so than your MP pool in terms of escaping.
Yeah, the no heal more hurts here because you're going to have to walk over damage tiles.
And there's a lot of those barrier tiles any which way that you go to try to get down the stairs here.
And Xarnax making the wrong decision by not going to the right first. Just a little personal preference.
Does have access to outside though, so could just cast that if you get into a sticky situation and you're not inside of a battle. Reset things and try again.
All right, so he's going to check the leftmost first. And yeah, without that heal more, having to cast just regular heal to stay on top of the damage tiles feels bad.
Yeah, and it takes more time too, so not great. But if it ends up being an
Bottom
easy
grave,
trip,
and that's a dead end, so you like quick dead ends in Sharlock.
goes back downstairs to cast outside, so it doesn't have to deal with those barrier tiles again.
And is probably going to go stay at an inn. Get those resources back.
That's the prudent play, especially after you go through all the trouble to get Gwaelin. You might as well go and heal.
Yeah, as Aaron points out in chat, he did get his key back from doing that, so small victories.
Oh, it looks like OVL just got slapped around a little bit by the wizard and Cole. I think that's what happened.
Yeah, and unfortunately, OldVampireLady is still sitting at level 6, so that hurt more has not happened yet.
Not sure if this is Opty's first fight with the Armored Knight or not, but if so, she'll get the knowledge that there's nothing underneath here.
OVL tantalizingly close to level 7. Which will finally open things up for her. Xarnax, meanwhile, has gone right this time.
And finally, for OldVampireLady, this is the level 7 with Hurt More, and that potentially could be a treasure guard right here for Xarnax.
That may be so, and it's tablet 2, which means it's also going to dead end, which means we need to go to the center, and it is the armor. Wow.
Oh, yeah. Tablet 2 definitely treasure guard, so that's great news.
Well, this just got a whole lot easier for Xarnax.
And looks like the old hidden path behind the throne is going to be the ticket this go round.
We still don't know quite how complex it's going to be. The fact that we have 2 dead ends on either side, and again, we haven't seen much in terms of a cave complex. Sharlock could end up being quite complicated.
Or this could lead right to Grave 2, which leads into Sharlock 2. So we'll have to wait and see.
That is Grave 2.
And Northeast says no thanks for now. And this is where not having heal more makes your HP total your turn limit in terms of survival.
Yeah, red dragons are going to be a problem, especially at this agility. Oh,
and,
dear.
With the armor at this point, you're praying for hurt more, I guess.
Oh, no. Well, could not get away from that red dragon. Is going to have to refetch Gwalen.
Yeah, wonder if Xarnax is going to opt to just go straight back, get Gwalen, and try again, or maybe look for that 800 some odd XP to see if heal more in another level with maybe some agility is coming.
This looks like possibly a Hawksness AK-47 play that Xarnax is doing right here.
Definitely understandable. Not too far away, and seeing the red dragon and knowing that you might have a little bit harder of a path to victory definitely lends itself to getting some more agility or heal more, or both. But as of right now, Healmore could be all the way at level 16. We have no idea. So agility, really the reliable thing that we can hope for.
Yeah, and a sufficient agility gain would see me go without heal more, but one or the other.
Well, I mean reliable in the sense that, you know, you're likely to gain at least one, maybe not, but every level has the possibility for agility, whereas only one of these levels is going to have heal more. And having the armor definitely makes the Armored Knight almost trivial in terms of its having stop spell and I think hurt more.
That's a 10 agility gain and heal more, so both things. And yeah, Xarnax is going to head back immediately.
Very clear go.
Yeah, that agility, I believe, means that he's a little better than a coin flip on those red dragons now. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong on that, but...
And importantly, has access to heal more, so with all that MP, can get a lot of attempts to run away now.
Opty inside the treasury now.
I'm gonna find out about the was it the stones, I believe, and the sword?
And the sword, yep, I think got both.
And with that, I believe that Opti now has the potential. Has she found the harp?
OVL, meanwhile, finally managed to get to level 7, is now level 8, because that Hurtmore just opens everything up, and so is starting to play her catch-up here.
That's right. Opti threw a Hurtmore at the wizard and didn't have the resources at the time, so probably now going to head back to Cole and try to get that wizard kill, and we'll pick up the silver harp if successful. And now Gwalen is so happy. So Xarnax here with the levels and everything in tow to go take another attempt, knows which of the 3 directions to go on Sharlock 1, and looking in a very good position to be able to make it down to that bottom floor.
Yep, it's just going to be a matter of how quickly can you find it and the resources staying relatively healthy.
Yeah, if it's a really long path and just every floor is full of red dragons, I could see that potentially being a problem to run down the MP. But with the HP and MP where they are, it's looking pretty good right now. I believe we do have the flute, and with the alternate run algorithm easy Sharlock combo, sometimes can be worth it just to take the hit and flute the golems just to get away.
125 combined deaths we have hit in this seed.
That is quite a number. I wonder if we will surpass that some other time in the tournament or not.
Well, there's going to be a lot of chances tomorrow. Those of you who are going to be watching our race coverage tomorrow, there is a whole lot going on. I do not know how many of those we're going to be able to actually cover, but we have feels like we have almost as many races tomorrow as we've had deaths in this seed.
And here, bottom floor, after the two adjacent stairwells led to each other, that was pretty funny.
Well, that was fairly direct.
So Xarnax looking real good here in position to get this one done in first place.
Yeah, even if the spike is a golem, the golems have hurt more, seem to cast it at a fair clip. You can swing through that pretty easily. Even without the fairy flute.
And we've got the sword. Attack power is pretty decent. There's not really a whole lot to be afraid of here.
Just a stone man.
And lands the Hurtmore and into the attack.
And they trade Hurtmores.
Gets it done easily and very likely just to take it on home right here.
Oh, gets stopped right before, and here it is, assuming that Xarnax is holding A instead of B. Get your GGs out for Xarnax42.
And it has to feel real good after that start to be the first one to finish, so congratulations to Xarnax.
Yeah, honestly, given how horrible that start was, the fact that his time is only just over an hour at 1:11:19 is kind of shocking.
Definitely very well played, and getting those keys sealed the deal there. Struggling to find the keys, I think, was going to be the only real way that any of the other racers were able to get in after that huge XP lead that Xarnax got off to.
Yep, and so Xarnax is going to take home those critical 5 points to bring him to 9 points overall. A much better position to be in.
And we still have Opty and OldVampireLady duking it out to see who can take home the 3 points as opposed to the 2. Every point matters in this league format.
Yeah, it absolutely does. And going into week 4 with 7 instead of 6 could actually be a big deal.
And looks like we got Xarnax in here. Welcome in, Xarnax. Congratulations on closing this one out in first place.
Thank you very much. Was it close?
The beginning was real tough, but you were the first one to get to Hurtmore at a pretty substantial clip. So you had Hurtmore while they did not for a significant portion of time, and that was just too much of a hurdle to climb, too much of a hill for them to climb.
Sure. Man, I had so much bad luck finding Drakeys and Red Slimes those first few levels. Like, I'm sure all of us felt behind the entire time, but I I was pretty confident that I was behind, so that's interesting. I mean, it's also I'm very happy that at least one of them didn't request a reroll. After about 25 minutes, I was like, "There's like the first person out of jail is gonna win this race, and that's almost unfair." And so like I said, like, I didn't mind playing it out, but I also told Cyberdeck, you know, if they both request a reroll, I'm happy to comply.
Yep, yeah. Hurt more just allowed you to snowball. The only possible thing that may have slowed you down was not having keys. Opty held on to her key, and you did not, and so finding Rim was pretty crucial because our other two runners knew early that there were two treasure guards in the treasury in Tantacle. But you managed
Wait,
to
hold
find
on. Did we get wings?
A return at the
Return.
beginning. But I think you started
Wait.
with 6 MP because of the HP MP
Ooh.
build.
Oh, right. Okay, I didn't even look at this. Like, I was just, I didn't even occur to me that we started with the spell because I saw 6 MP. I'm like, nope, we don't have a spell.
Yep, it just came down to the build choices. All three. You
Yeah,
chose
that's
the
funny.
Build.
That's amazing. Yeah, those the search for Rimildar was costly. It felt like.
Yeah, it was literally the last location type of thing. I mean, technically, you walked into Swamp after, but you knew where it had to be because you found everything
Right.
else.
Yeah, that's wild. I'm really curious too if Swamp North. I mean, that's got to just lead to like an empty continent, I think.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that we saw everything else.
Yeah, we saw everything else except where Swamp North was, so that's likely the case.
A couple in chat were hoping for the unlikely scenario that behind Swamp and Garenhem was where Rim was, and that there was a loose key in the tablet cave that nobody had checked the top floor of, but that did not end up being the situation.
Oh, that would have been extremely trolling. Yeah, I would have been rooting for that too if I were them.
I think that Xarnax went to 13, but correct me if I'm wrong. Did you go to 13 or 14?
I think it was 13.
It was 13, yeah.
And that was where Healmore was, and 10 extra agility, and that was very helpful.
Yes. Yeah, if I had chosen the right stairs right off the bat, the first time into Shylock, I would have had a pretty good chance, I think.
Yeah, finding that armor was huge.
Yeah. But I mean, the second floor grave room was both of the left stairs led a bit more dungeon, and the both of the right ones. The first one led literally to itself.
Yeah, that was
two
really
tiles away. And then the other side just went straight to Dragon Lord. So had I gone right the first time I got into that floor, I would have definitely known where Dragon Lord was, and like the only enemies I saw down there were Stonemen and Armored Knights, which I had plenty of ability to handle. So I even without armor, had I gone right, I think I could have finished that on one dive.
Well, Opty's given this a shot at 11 and is going right, so hopefully we'll stumble on this armor shortly.
Yeah, hopefully checks out the full extent of it. Sees the chest, probably going to check it out.
And there's the wizard. Unfortunately, though, does not have Gilmore.
Gets the escape, though, and is going to start with a full HP pool, so was able to take down the wizard for the silver harp. Very likely to take down this one for the armor. Would be huge.
All right, goes in with full
Speaking of wizards, I was very, very happy with my harp strats.
Yeah, I wasn't counting, but it might have been like somewhere in the 7th to 9th Hurtmore that you threw out, and it was very exciting to see it land.
Yeah, high approval there. Opty does take down the wizard, gets Erdrick's armor, so the fact that she's only dealing with heal instead of heal more won't hurt quite as much.
Yeah, getting to not have to take damage on those barrier tiles is a huge advantage.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially without heal more. It's just so much time going into that spell menu.
So we'll see. Likely to check the left side here first before going behind the throne, and looks like that's the case. But I think it was just a very quick dead end.
Yeah, it was the bottom of grave.
I'm gonna pick up the extra key here and then head to the secret path behind the throne chair, and we'll see if she can make her way correctly to the staircase that leads to the bottom floor. Got 42 MP and the armor, so unless gets stopped by one of those red dragons that we saw, might have a pretty decent chance, but the agility is low.
Yeah, if she goes right here.
Sitting on 55 agility as opposed to the 70 that Xarnax won with.
Of course, man.
Oh, and getting tempted to check out these stairways, and we know that it's not going to lead to the right direction.
Yep, this could be this could be bad.
It feels like most of the dungeon floors are between mountain and grave. I have a feeling this one's going to dead end relatively quickly too.
At least being in grave is a little bit safer than being in Charlock.
True.
And we get our dead end here, so
Yep, judge's table down at the bottom of that branch.
not
Yeah,
the
that's
worst time waste.
This is probably the smallest Shylock I've ever seen in Stair Shuffle. And the fact that we didn't need to... The fact that we could complete all of our homework without diving into caves on the before going into Shylock was a huge help.
Yeah, and having the armor easily accessible through one of the paths that you're likely to check, looking for the bottom floor in Charlock as well.
Well, Opty about to walk into the right staircase. There it is.
Sitting on 40 MP, we know that the blue dragon was the spike tile.
Yeah, so with no heal more, definitely needs to go into that fight at full.
If you can land the hurt more on the first try, you can just go for the swings afterwards. Oh, sorry, it was a stone man, my apologies.
Oh, not healing after that escape from a golem was risky. Gets away from that second golem.
Oof.
So yeah, maybe you can just employ the sleep strats for the stone man on the spike tile.
That's amazing, Schmike.
And goes for the hurt more, gets it first try.
And there we
Why
are.
not two in a row?
Just has to make it the final stretch. And remember to hold A. And there it is. Get your GGs out in chat for Opty, who will take second in our race and bring home 3 points, moving her up to 7.
Very nice, with a healthy 44 deaths to show how fun this one was. One of those starts and seeds that, as a viewer, very entertaining. Probably as a runner, not so much.
And joining us now is our second place finisher, Opty. Opty, GG's. And joining us now is our second place finisher, Opty. Opty, GG's.
And it might be the push to talk issue. Sometimes you just got to get a push to talk key set up.
Well, while we wait for Opty to get that situated, Xarnax, did you feel behind the whole time? While we wait for Opty to get that situated, how did you feel in the, especially in the early going? This feels like the kind of seed where, kind of no matter how you're doing, you just feel like someone's got to be ahead of you, yeah?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it just took so long to get to level 2 and then level 3 and then level 4. You figure somebody's gotten better luck than me. So yeah, I felt like I probably was the last one to hurt more, which is hilarious. That it was quite the opposite. But once I got hurt more, or really even once I got some attack power and could like grind the like the skeleton druid Magidrakey area, from that point I felt like most of my decisions were pretty good, and I felt like I had maybe had a chance to catch up. Man, I don't know how many people noticed that there were those 2 desert tiles that I was grinding on. That had skeletons and Magidrakeys, and that's all I saw for a while. Well, the first time I had gone up to that area, I had seen a druid, and then I think I got like 20 encounters and didn't see one, and thought maybe it was a different zone. And then finally I saw one, and then it was another 10 more fights before I ever saw an Axe Knight.
I did notice the Axe Knight. I had the same thought where you've been here for so long on these 2 tiles, and all of a sudden there's an Axe Knight.
Right, that was amazing. So yeah, and after that point, I was like, well, I've gotten ridiculously lucky to make up for some of my really bad luck, so that's nice.
It's something that everybody hopes that they can avoid when they're in their race, and just unfortunately for you all tonight, you drew the pretty short stick on this this start.
I mean, yeah, it was a fun start. I love seeds like this. I like working them out and finding a way out. At the same time, I feel like sometimes, depending on the enemy distribution, it can be so RNG heavy who gets out first that it's not always fun to race it. But just like dealing with it, yeah, I have no problem with it all. It's some of my favorite kind of seeds are the ones where you get stuck for a while.
So I've got a question about the Charlock dive. You get stopped on the stairs by that red dragon, and then you decide to get the very impactful next level. Was there any consideration into just going for another try, or was it a pretty clear indication in your mind that you just needed to go and get that extra level?
I mean, I was kind of thinking I was probably going to get the extra level anyway. The only reason I didn't grind before diving into Charlock was that I had picked up the princess. And so I was like, I might as well try and get, dive in, peek into Charlock, see if I can make any headway in that exploration, and get a feel for the enemy set. And yeah, once I knew red dragons were in there, it didn't make sense to go back in without heal more.
Definitely makes sense. And Old Vampire Lady takes out that wizard and has access to the silver harp. So things coming together on her end here now.
And just want to do a quick check, see if maybe Opty is with us. Opty, are you with us?
I hope so. Am I able to be heard?
There we go. Welcoming in Opty GG.
Thank you.
So, tell us about your thought process to the seed. That beginning must have been a little bit heartbreaking, yeah?
Absolutely was. All I saw was the Draki as anything that could possibly be killed.
Yeah, and this one just came down to who got to hurt more first situation. And then that kind of finally got things off to the races at level 7.
And unfortunately, I ran out of keys.
Yeah, this was an interesting one with the way the keys played out and how they needed to be done in terms of finding stuff and what order things were in. You knew fairly early, I think, right, that there were 2 treasure guards in the treasury, yes?
Yes, I did. And as soon as I had hurt more, I tried to go for them. But I thought I had like one more key. I did not.
I've been there. That's brutal. I'm assuming that happened before you found Rimildar.
Yeah, then that was my main focus, was just to find Rimildar and get more keys.
And you were the first racer to locate Cantlin, Opti, and I think you bought some torches and used them to a pretty good effect.
Definitely tried to. That first one was useless because I got breathed on.
Yeah, unfortunately, magicians were nobody's friend in this seed with the DL2 breath and the heal more. Xarnax might have been the only one to end up seeing the heal more, though. Everybody else just getting barbecued enough probably didn't try to take him out.
Old Vampire Lady going to turn in for Rainbow Drop, so we'll see if she immediately heads to pick up Gwaylin to try and finish this thing off.
Might need to get the Staff of Rain first.
Realizes she doesn't have the Staff of Rain. Yep. Got those caves flipped. I've done it before. You see one old man in a cave, you've seen them all.
Luckily, Staff Trade-In is just right outside the castle. And so back to the seed, Opti. It was a rough start, but how are you feeling? About the seed in general. What was your thought process, I guess, as the seed progressed?
Obviously, I gotta find the quest items. I had a feeling that there was gonna be one in coal, since I saw the wizard treasure guard. And then once that was, I kind of felt like I should just try and at least get the path eventually after getting the rainbow drop. Getting the path in Charlock. And I felt like I was fine enough, especially once I found the armor.
Yeah, finding the armor was a real big play in this one, especially without heal more. Being able to bypass those barrier tiles without the 15 damage is just so big.
Oh yeah, no. The Stone Man also had hurt more, so just having that buffer down was a little bit helpful. Even though I had more than enough to take a full hurt more, I just didn't want to.
Yeah, definitely weren't guaranteed to hit those hurt mores against the Stone Man, so wanted to have a little bit of a buffer against taking 40 some odd damage from every hurt more. Makes a lot of sense.
All right, so Old Vampire Lady now with Rainbow Drop in hand. Its Repel looks to be heading toward Garenham for a Gwaelin pickup. At the conclusion of this race, it will not be the end of Week 3 action this evening. We have another race coming up at 10 o'clock Eastern. That one is going to be between Ryguy, Adam Raptors, Diabetes II, and Artorias. Make sure you tune into that one as well.
I believe that one also will be broadcast on this channel, DW Randomizer.
I believe you are correct. OVL headed now into back of Garenham. This might be the first time OVL has been back here, but of course has found everything else, so this has to be Swamp.
And I don't think anybody has seen the other side, but there's not really any reason to take a look. So probably unlikely that any of us will see what the other side looks like.
I imagine it as a one-tile second continent.
How do you get
That would
back
be
in the cave?
fantastic. I guess 2 tiles then.
Sorry, yes. One tile other than the cave tile. Or maybe it's just one tile and it's a trap and you have to hit reset.
It's like accepting the Dragon Lord's offer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be incredible just because of the way the map generation works. It generates a random map and then it identifies the 2 largest continents and makes those the main continents. So if there was a one-tile continent, it would mean there is no other continent on that map that is more than 1 tile except the main one.
Ooh, OVL trying to out-heal the Blue Dragon, which you can't really do without heal more. Really needs hurt more strats on this one.
And gets
does
the
it.
kill.
Wow.
Oh, nice.
But didn't heal immediately afterward and runs into a werewolf and is sent home.
Oh,
Oh no.
Oh, that's a bummer. Gonna head right back and try to take it to that Blue Dragon once again.
As mentioned earlier, we have a ton of races going off tomorrow. We don't know how many of those are going to be live broadcast, how many of those will be vodcast. We're not sure yet because several are happening at the same time. But beyond that, looking ahead a little bit to week 4, a very different flag set for you, calling it Vanilla Bean Boozled, and that's the vanilla map with vanilla shops. Our fast text, our speed hacks, our very fast XP, and making random stats consistent. But we're tri-stated on a lot of things. Shuffle chests, repel in dungeons, random spells, random monster abilities, death necklace on or off, random monster zones, random monster XP and gold, scared and scaled metal slime, short Charlock, summer sale, and treasure guards. So other than there being a vanilla map next week, it could be literally anything every single race.
It's a little bit overwhelming. And I think my strategy is to just play a couple of seeds and hope for the best. I'm not really sure what else to do.
Yeah, next week especially feels like one of those where practice is kind of meaningless. Unless you just need to refamiliarize yourself with the vanilla map.
Yeah, I think in my situation, that's what I'm going to be doing it for, and to see if I can recognize, try to see if I can recognize when things roll on or off. I guess that's the best use of my time.
I mean, I just assume that whatever seed I end up in is going to have Tantagle in the vanilla Cantlin spot, and I'm going to go from there.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of playing on the vanilla map. I'm looking forward to next week. I'm also a big fan of the tri-state flags. It's kind of funny. Between weeks, I think it's 4 and 5, and especially 6. 4 and 6 are both probably my 2 favorite weeks of the entire league, and 3 and 5 are probably my least favorite. And I'm pretty sure Aaron 2U2 is the exact opposite.
Gwalen acquired for OVL. Gonna go stay at the inn and then likely a run at Charlock here.
And if she decides to go right first, has a very good chance of picking up the armor, and that will help things out a lot.
Like I said, right is always right.
And Aaron in chat basically confirming. But I think it's good too to have very opposite preferences together working on flag sets. So having him on the admin team has been great.
I think it's kind of funny that for the week that's called Vanilla Bean Boozled, it has the potential to be so crazy in terms of so many things being tri-stated.
That's the whole reason it's called that. You think it's vanilla, and it could be very vanilla. But
then
no.
You get Bean Boozled.
Exactly.
Yeah, Death Necklace Tri-State is always very interesting to me.
And it has happened where it rolled off, but somebody got the 1 and 32 or whatever the odds are. For
Brian Williams, 42.
That's not great.
No, man, that'd be brutal.
All right, so here we go. OVL now going to enter Charlock. We'll see which direction she opts to go first. Well, first a stone man is going to greet her at the door. Going left.
Has a chance to just go right there if she goes for the middle path, but will be avoiding the armor that we know is to the right.
Yep, no heal more, of course. We're at level 12 here, and we know heal more comes at 13, so...
Those barrier tiles are going to hurt.
Yep, gonna have to just heal through the barrier tiles. And she's electing the left path first.
And this is the same agility that Xarnax tried to go with on the first try and did get stopped by a red dragon, so we'll see what happens here.
Man, I don't know if anybody caught. There was one point in my early exploration, I think I had 40, maybe 50 agility, and I ran from like 4 consecutive red dragons first try.
Yeah, that alternate run algorithm does some work sometimes, and this is a very quick dead end in the bottom of the grave, so OldVampireLady will be able to choose another direction right now.
Yep, gets the key refund.
Oh, yeah, I did forget that alt run algorithm was on. That makes a lot more sense.
And this happened to Xarnax as well, but Xarnax opted to go back down the stairs and cast outside. Old Vampire Lady opted to brave it through the barrier tiles and take the damage.
Oh, and not healing after that. This is a big risk, but gets to the next set of damage tiles. Now, OVL is the only one of our three runners to take on the center damage tiles without the armor.
And there's a lot of them there, and with the resources already low, might not be a bad idea to find the stairs here, cast outside, and maybe try again. But we'll see what she opts to do.
All right, makes it to the secret passage. But again, is going to have to burn a lot of the rest of her MP to get back up. So it's really going to come down to encounter luck here.
And we know that the right way to go is to the bottom right staircase, but not likely that that's going to be the first one that anybody checks.
Yep, and indeed the first come first served basis of the stairs, and is going through that. That is one thing. That is one thing that was different for you, Xarnax, is that you went through that first one and you immediately noped out of it.
Yeah, I figured, knowing exactly what I was getting into on that first floor, I wanted to just check each of those stairs before anything else. I don't really have a game plan for stair shuffle, but this time around I felt like eliminating every option on a single floor is what I wanted to do before moving on to another one. In practice, I don't know. Like, on average, I don't know how that plays out. If that's a good idea or not. Probably not.
All right, OVL finds the dead end at judges table. Now, luckily, of course, the top right stairs just do a loop immediately, if that is indeed the direction she opts to go on the other end of this.
And one of the nice things about being in Grave is that you're not facing those Sharlock enemies, so that 60 agility does work pretty effectively there. But now we're back into the scary zone.
Luckily, a stop spell cast from that AK-47. I am not sure what OVL is doing here.
She might think that maybe she left a staircase on this floor, but I don't believe there is another one.
No, I do not believe there is.
I'm getting blocked by the magician, but not getting breathed on and turned into a barbecue crisp.
Gonna go ahead and cast outside. Yep.
I think that's a really good play right now.
Yeah, you don't want to have to go get, oh my gosh, gets run blocked by a wolf.
Shows that wolf where he can put it. But yeah, I like the play of using outside there. Resources are low, likely to die, and having to...
Oh no! Well...
I still think it was the right play to cast outside and try to heal there.
For sure.
But just getting punished no matter what you do feels bad.
I mean, on the plus side, full resources again.
Yep, just got to go take down that blue dragon again and give it another shot. Could
I,
see.
I really appreciate that everyone else in the race is done, and she's not grinding for heal more. She's still
she's gonna
trying,
win this. I'd be
gambling
interested
for the fastest finish at the risk of losing a lot of time. I appreciate that.
I'd be interested to see if she goes for the right side when she goes back in, or if she goes right back to behind the throne there, because we know that she would be rewarded with the armor for going right, and that would make things a lot easier.
You don't need heal more to win this one.
All right, restocking on herbs. We'll go back through, fight that blue dragon again, which is actually going to put her pretty close to level 13, which of course is where heal more is. But, as Opty just pointed out, not necessary. Opty won without it. Xarnax went ahead and did the grind to 13 to get it. That and the additional 10 agility.
And there's our friend again. Will we escape this time?
Now, this is an interesting play here. Heading right did not save Gwaelin.
Gonna be very happy to find that the armor is down here. So I wonder if maybe she's forgetting that she needs to go grab the princess, or if this is a scout.
Yeah, I feel like it's just a scout spending as much time as she did and struggling as much as she did the first time through. It makes sense to know where you're taking Gwaelin before you actually go get her.
Should be very excited to see this wizard shortly.
I wonder if she'll even explore.
All right, so there we are.
And I wonder if finding the armor is going to make her reconsider doing the scout, or if she'll commit to full scouting. And
Honestly, once I saw the bottom of Tablet Cave, I almost considered leaving because I knew that it was pretty much dead end.
Oh, the fighter's ring. The only one to find that. Interesting.
So I guess the flute must have been in. Well, there were a couple towns I maybe missed a chest in, but probably in Mountain Cave or Grave. I definitely was interested in picking that up just in case Spike Tile was a golem.
yeah, flute performs well above its weight class in this flag set.
I'm just glad that it wasn't a golem on that spike tile.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is interesting. Not exiting Sharlock here.
I'm thinking she just wants to. That's the way first.
Not too frightened by the likes of a wolf lord or a scorpion, so won't be too afraid until we get back to those Sharlock floors.
All right, we find the stair loop here.
And if she goes down, nope.
Oh,
Oh no. Well, we don't know what's here.
I honestly got a little confused when I went down that staircase.
Yeah, this is the farthest we've seen. Xarnax was dispatched by a red dragon in that stairway transport. Well, if she keeps fighting stuff, we're going to have heal more and 10 extra agility in short order.
Yeah, and she's guaranteed to get it now because she has to fight the spike at Swamp no matter what.
So we got the diamond room here. We'll see if it dead ends or keeps going.
Nothing but blue dragons.
And here in easy Sharlock alt run algorithm, 60 agility against a blue dragon is not a done deal.
Did you make the finger air quotes when you said easy?
I didn't, but I should have, yeah.
Yeah, retroactively.
And we get our dead end here, so the only direction left to go is the correct direction, so.
Oh, we have a red dragon this time.
And OVL showing us how to get away.
Yeah, somehow easier to run from than than these blues have been.
Those red dragons, they've got something to learn from the blues.
Well, this is going to send OVL back, so we'll see if she elects to just go ahead and go grab Gwalen because the path is essentially clear at this point.
Yeah, and having picked up the armor now, seems like the likely play, but we'll see what she does.
Yep, looks like that's what's happening here. Well, I could be wrong. And I am.
yeah, we know the path is clear, but the one staircase she has left could still lead to a few branches, I think.
Yeah, get them. We didn't see the room that has like the 5 staircases that's usually in Charlock.
But that is hidden somewhere pleasantly in one of those overworld connection dungeons.
Well, that's going to get OVL level 13 and heal more. Going to be happy to see that.
Maybe she'll go back out after getting... Nope, still going in.
Cyberdark suggesting in chat that it's possible she's forgotten Gwalen. I certainly hope that's not the case.
Well, there was that clip that was posted the other day, so it's easier to do than you might think. So it's definitely a possibility.
Yeah, it absolutely is. Just because Three's Company is such a rare flag to be run in any tournament.
Yeah, and so you get the princess the one time, and then you die, and then you just, in your brain, you're thinking, all I got to do is go down there and talk to the Dragon Lord, forgetting that you got to go back and get the princess again, because, you know, in your mind, you've already done that. But we won't know for sure until we get to that bottom floor.
Yeah, because if she immediately outsides once she hits the bottom floor, we'll know that, no, this was just a scouting trip. But if she starts making her way through...
It's still unknown yet, because you could be going to scout out the spike tile as well, and still have plans to leave. But it becomes murkier and murkier the closer we get to that spike tile.
Oh no, she's going back in the top left again. I think she's forgotten she's explored this part already.
Well, with the resources pretty good, we should be safe, and hopefully we'll get back to that dead end soon and make our way down to the bottom right. And I definitely can understand being lost in the sauce in the stair shuffle. One of the first seeds I ever did with stair shuffle, I got very lost in the sauce, and took me quite a long time to figure out where I was going. So I will not be the one to cast aspersions on anyone struggling to find where they're going in one of these seeds. They can be quite disorienting.
She did. One of the first things she said when she joined the race room was, I just want to go on record saying stair shuffle sucks.
Well, she has a kindred spirit in me. It's one of my least favorite to play, although one of my favorite to watch.
I don't like it, but at the same time, I kind of like it.
The more comfortable I get with recognizing where I am when I go from place to place, the more I enjoy it, I think. So it's just like with experience comes tolerance, and then maybe from there you can go to liking. So I think I'm definitely in the tolerance phase.
Well, 4 run blocks on that blue dragon when she should be better than a coin flip to run from it is something else.
Only 4? That's just DWR.
In, quote, easy Sharlock, close quote.
I keep, well, I don't keep saying it, but yeah, it should be easier, not easy.
Casting outside, I do wonder if, you know, that spot in grave, we know the bottom right staircase, but that bottom right staircase in a regular seed is never gone into, and I wonder if maybe she's just forgotten it's there.
Yeah, that's definitely a possibility.
I was actually just thinking that as well.
We are getting a DNF, an official forfeit from Old Vampire Lady on that one. Cannot blame her at all. It was just getting frustrating there in the end. So GG's to OVL for sticking it out for as long as she did.
Yeah, very valiant attempt. Big GG's to OVL.
So OVL will be taking home, I believe, 2 points. Actually, I don't know how that works with the DNF with 3 players, so an admin could maybe correct me there if I'm wrong.
It should be 2 because it goes immediately towards the lowest level. Since we only have 3, I would think it's 2.
I believe that's correct as well, yeah. So should be 2 points.
I could definitely be wrong about that.
Looks like we are going to be joined shortly by OVL. And indeed, joining us now in the comms is Old Vampire Lady. Old Vampire Lady, GG, gave it the old college try there and then to stick it out. And looks like at the end it was just one of those things.
OVL 0, stair shuffle 1.
I think you're on mute currently. Might be a push to talk situation, we're not sure. Thank you, Cyberdark, in the chat for checking that official ruling for us. Old Vampire Lady, can you hear us? We cannot hear you if so. It might be a push-to-talk issue.
As is common.
Yep, just need to get in the voice and audio settings and set up a hotkey for push to talk.
We did get a final death count, 129 total deaths between our three runners. We did set early on a game for chat. How many did we think it was going to be? And I think it was over what anyone guessed. So
I foolishly put the over-under at 60, and boy, was that not correct.
I think the closest we got is someone bet 108. I don't remember exactly who did that, but I would say they got the closest. It was Aaron, of course.
And while we wait, looks like we got the schedule coming up a little bit. And like Bob has been saying, there are 3 races all scheduled at 8 p.m. tomorrow Eastern. I am one of them.
Yep, and then we're not even done then. We have a 10 p.m. race and a 10:30 race. So 5 races tomorrow evening. We're obviously not going to be able to live stream all of them. Certainly not the 3 races that are at 8. We've only got 2 channels to work with after all, but we're going to get as many of them as we can. And then hopefully we'll be able to vodcast the others as a later date. Friday is, and actually Fridays is at 12:15 a.m. So functionally speaking, still a Thursday race.
I think that's like it does each one is slotted for a certain amount of time on the schedule. So that's the 10:30 p.m. race from Thursday, just kind of extending into Friday.
You are right. You are right. So Friday, then, our only race scheduled 10 p.m. That'll be Group 5, Velu v. Edge, Manned, and DK9146. And then we have a single Saturday race at 1 p.m., which is going to be Group 3, Ladab, Yakko Wacko 20, RG365, and Ziggy.
And being that these are all positional races, it's a positional week. Everyone is in a similar score range. So exciting week. Points mean a lot to everyone in all of these groups. I mean, it always means a lot, but especially during the position rounds. So something to watch out for.
Okay, I have set a push-to-talk key. Did that work?
There we are. Welcome in, Old Vampire Lady. That worked just fine. GG.
Oh, what a game. Seriously, it was so much fun. But I don't like to hold everybody up. So I gave myself a limit of 2 hours. Figured I could do it, but it just didn't happen.
And that's the way it falls sometimes. That early game was rough, brutal, and then, of course, the end game didn't quite fall, obviously, the way you hoped. But props to you for sticking it out for as long as you did. Any general thoughts about the seed itself?
I hate stair shuffle. I really do. But, you know, the The beginning was interesting, and it got frustrating, and then it just got funny. I wasn't sure how many more people could pile on, but wow, I guess everybody had the same problem.
Yeah, it really was in the beginning. I mean, it took a solid half hour before anyone was able to break out of that beginning area, and Xarnax finally got to level 7 for Hurtmore and was the first one to do that. But the deaths were coming so quickly that we started playing a game with chat to see how many there would be total over the course of the seed, and breaking triple digits was an interesting thing to see.
Well, I'm glad it wasn't just me, because I'm going, oh man, I can't possibly have this much bad luck.
I think
Which,
at
of course, isn't really true, but
I think at 15 minutes in, Xarnax had the most XP and had 34 total XP. So that's about the state that things were in.
yeah, it was
Amazing.
just it was hideous. And then
Did
and
either
then
of
it just
you
it
did
got
either of
funny.
you request a reroll?
I kept checking back to see if somebody was going to, but
Okay,
nobody
well,
else did.
Well, that's the request isn't supposed to be made in the race room. That you PM Cyberdark or the admin for the race, and then if the admin gets a request from all runners in the race, then they'll let you know that we're going to reroll. So you shouldn't have any feedback until it's actually happening.
Okay, well, that makes sense. I've never really been in one where that came up, because I don't race a lot.
Yeah. So if you're expecting people to reroll, ask for a reroll, and you want to do that, then you just PM through Discord that you're admin for the race, and then you don't need to worry about anything else, and just keep an eye on the race room. And if he says we're rerolling because everybody requested one, then that happens. Otherwise, you just trudge on.
So did everybody else request a reroll,
I
or
got
did
close.
nobody else request?
I got close to requesting, but I'm kind of stubborn.
Yeah, I am too.
I'm glad. I didn't really want to start over, but it was enough RNG that if you both had requested one, I was happy to start over. And so I messaged Cyberdark saying I'd be all right with a reroll, but I didn't necessarily want one.
Okay, I understand. Well, next time I'll know better. I have one more race for the tournament, right?
Two.
Yep.
This is week 3 of
2. Okay, cool.
Yep, we have a 5-week run up to the brackets here, so everyone's got 2 more at a minimum. We were talking about week 4, looking ahead, where it's going to be on the vanilla map, but then a whole lot of tri-stated flags, so it could be almost anything.
But it'll be fun. It's always
Absolutely.
fun. Yeah.
It's always fun here on W Randomizer. Well, guys, again, this was a super entertaining race to watch. Any final thoughts on this seed and what you're looking forward to coming up?
I'm just glad it's over. And you can only stand so much fun in one day, and I sort of reached my limit. So
Stair shuffle sucks, and I'm glad it's not in any other week.
for sure, absolutely. But no, it was good, and thank you to everybody for all the hard work you put into this tournament. All I have to do is come in and play. But everybody else works really, really hard, and I want to thank you all for that.
Well, we love to do it. Again, GG's, guys. I think we're going to be rating Yakko Wacko 20, who is doing a practice seed on week 3, actually, as we speak, because his race is coming up. So we're going to get that situated here. While we do that, I do want to say you can tune in to DW Randomizer here on Twitch in just under 2 hours. We're going to get that 10 p.m. race going here when that happens. So make sure you're back here to watch that. But then I'll also say that on behalf of our restreamer, who was CyberDark86, our two trackers, Angel FM and Shahali, and my broadcast partner, Hoodie Two Shoes. I've been Bob Pineapple MT. We'll catch you guys at the next race.
Good night.
Good night.